What impact do you think the rise of single parent households has had on today's dating culture?
I'm a single parent. Like, I raised my son. I feel like single parent households and dating, it I don't know. It's kind of hard to answer that question because I feel like as a single parent, I've noticed that some guys don't want to talk to women that have kids. Let alone you're a single parent, you automatically have drama with your baby mama or your baby dad or whatever. No, it's not like that. You can co-parent, you can be cordial, or it's just times where the parent is not active or anything like that. And I feel like some people run away from that feeling like they have to play the stepdad or the stepmom role when that role is given. You have to earn that role. Like, no one's just going to automatically jump into it and say, oh, yeah, you're going to be the stepdad or the stepmom. No, because it takes time to introduce kids to your partner. You don't automatically just go and say, hey, this is my partner. We're going to, no, it takes steps. You have to ease into that. Like,
Yeah.
if I turn around and go out here and I get me, a man or whatever, I'm not gonna just introduce my son to him and say, this is my no. You're not gonna even meet my child until I know we serious. We building towards something. It I feel like I don't know, it's too many people, and I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just know that I come across some people that turn around and just want somebody so bad that they just, you know, jump into anything. And you have kids, not just one, you might have numerous, and you're raising them by yourself. Now it's like, this person, this is the dad because, you're with them. But what are you showing your kids when y'all break up? Oh, this is not my dad anymore. Now you get a new partner. This is my new dad. No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta ease into those things. I'm not one to just rush into letting my child meet somebody new. I have to know that they're right for me and that they're right for my partner. For my child. And at the same time, I feel like my son, he has special needs. So he gets attached to people. So I have to be careful with certain things. I have to be careful with introducing him to people because if they leave, he's going to be upset. So, I feel like dating and your children should sometimes be separate as long as possible until you know that y'all are serious before you let them meet your children.
Now, you said something that along the lines that that as far as like men that you've dated, once they find out that you have a child, you have a son, that they don't want to be involved.
Some men don't like and this is just having conversations with just guys or females. So I have noticed some men don't like to date women that have kids.
Is this now? Can I ask this? Is it normally men who already have children or men who don't have children?
Sometimes it's men that already have kids, and which is sad because it's like you already have kids, but you don't want to date someone that has kids. And I have come across some men that don't have kids, so they prefer not to date someone who has children, which is understandable. You don't have your own. But it's hard at this day and age to meet someone that does not have kids.
Do you think that the economic times that we're in has a lot to do with that? Because I can see that a man who possibly have children with someone else and then they come into a relationship with a woman who has children, they may not want to carry that financial load of the responsibility of having to care for this child also.
Right.
Because that's something that I often talk about is the financial times and how inflation is running crazy in this society. I haven't seen inflation rates increase just drastically in the past 2 or 3 years of my 36 years of living. So do you think economics affect relationships in this day and age, and then also to how so? In what ways do you see that?
I think so. Like you said, they don't want to carry the financial load or something of that nature. It's just economically it's shitty, excuse my language, but it's horrible out here. Inflation is terrible, but no one's putting that load on you. We're not like necessarily saying, oh, you have to do for my child because you're with me. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's just something that is a bonus if you decide to do that. But you don't have to because that's my child. No one's asking you to take on that responsibility. You know, that's understandable that you may have your own situation going on or whatever, but I've never looked at a situation where, you know, I date someone who has children and I don't consider them, you know, as part of what we have going on. Like your kids are with their mom or whatever, but, you know, if they want to come over and be here too, that's okay. I don't have those issues. Economically, I don't know. That's a tough question, actually. It's very tough because, yeah, like I said, everything plays a part in everything. Economically, yes, it is hard. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Because when you look at like back then, it was much more prevalent for a man to be open to taking a woman with children. It was easier to do that, especially when you consider being able to afford a bigger family back then. We often talk about how a factory worker could support a full family of 5 back then with no problem.
You can't
nowadays.
A factory worker is struggling to take care of themselves.
Right.
So they definitely can't take care of a whole, you know, family full of, let alone 3. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. A family of 2, it's hard. Minimum wage, why is it still what it is? You still got here, some jobs paying $11 an hour. What are we? Rent is $1,400 and up. Why aren't we raising the rates to be able to help people that have children or, you know, single parents out here? It's hard. You know, it's very hard.